And we're back with another comment from the community. This one is from the real T Doodle F. He asks, "Can you make stop time like Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?" And here's a little refresher of how that looks. And luckily, it's not that difficult. There are two ways of doing it. I'm going to showcase two. There's probably more ways of doing it, honestly, but this is the two I'll show. So we'll get our Kung Fu Man here. And the first way is similar to the slowdown video. I'm going to use variable 40 as an on-off switch. So when he does the taunt on frame 4, which is like this here, that's when times I should probably change that to like 6 or 7, honestly. When he plays frame 7, he's going to turn on this variable 40. It's going to be 1. Once variable 40 is on, it's going to pause. So once it's on, it's going to pause for 9,999 ticks. I tried -1. It didn't work. So I just put 9999, some ridiculous number that's impractical. And you're going to pause the background. There is a line for this, says end command buffer time or something like that. You don't need to worry about that because you're not going to be paused. So it shouldn't. I don't think that affects player 2, but I don't know. So yeah, you had the pause code. So now everything's gonna pause. While it's paused, you needed to drain your power because it's DO, so it takes your power gauge. So everything turns on with the variable. So once the variable is on, it's gonna drain the power, and it's gonna use this assert special called unguardable. So all of your hits will not be able to get blocked, because sometimes if someone's already blocking when you stop time, they'll perpetually be blocking, so you can break through. You will not be able to break through. But with this assert special, you will be able to break through, and you can do whatever you have to do in that time frame. Or even if you're not doing like a Dio style time stop, if you wanted to do a time stop where the player gets attacked and it's only stopped for a second, then you need to use this. Otherwise, they could still block it, even if they are not defending already. Okay, so it's on. It's stopped. We're losing power. We are unblockable. Okay, and now we need a kill switch, which is this one. So if it's on and the power is 0, set the same variable to off, and this will resume time. Over here for the assert special, I have a flag commented out that there's an atom freeze. This is another way you could do it instead of a pause code. But this is strictly for Eichmann Go. So I'm going to show how this works. Using the taunt. And it didn't work. I have failed you. Okay, so I don't know why this is working the way it is, but it didn't work the first time because the trigger, the var set was not being activated when I told it to activate. For some reason, Anim Elm 7 on this animation, like, it doesn't like it. It just didn't work. See? But for some reason, when I use animation 4, it suddenly works. Isn't that weird? So now, yeah, so I'm going to do my taunt. Time's going to stop. I'm losing power, as you could see here. And I can pretty much beat up player 2 as I feel. And then time resumes once the timer's over. So this is one way to do it. It's not a lot of glam. There is another way to do it, which is you make your command for your time stop. In this case, I'm copying the super command. I'm just using the kick buttons. And then I'm going to have 2 change states here. One to when you input the command to stop time, and one that takes effect after, automatically, when time stops over. So to turn it on, I need to input the command, and have more power than 1000. You change your power setting to whatever you want. Standing, and you have control, and this is the state number. This is very important now. The second one, if you want to do it as a super, if you want to do it like Dio has his start animation, and then the background changes color. He beats you up, and then he does another pose animation to taunt you, and then time resumes. So you'll need this second change state here with the time stop active, and your power has hit 0. And this is also very important. State type not equal to A. If this is not here, this line, then your character will stand in the air at the end of this time stop, and they'll just be floating in the air. They're walking in the air. This will make it so time stop only activates when you're out of power and you are on the ground. So that's why this is important. Now, going over to time stop on, I simplified this as much as possible. You got your super pause because it's a super, the variable turning on at the animation element, and a background PAL effects when it's on. It'll last forever, and it just inverts all, and then it changes back to stand. And then the off one is more or less the same thing. You have the var set to turn it off, the background to turn back to regular, invert all is 0, so it turns back to regular, and then change state. The only thing I would have to change is this, because I wouldn't need this if I made it a super move or a special move. I wouldn't need that. And this I would have to add to the stop timer. So if it's off and I'm in state 3150, which is this one, it will end properly and resume time. And this almost can't fail, because once your character's out of super gauge, they will go to that state automatically if it's on. So now I'll do the super. Time is stopped. And now time resumes. It looks better in super form than regular, so. Oh, he's so high. Haha. And then resume. There you go. So, just gonna show it off again just so you can get it. But that's pretty much all there is to a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Dio style time stop. So you have your commands. You have your -1 change states for on, which is your regular command, and off, which is to force you to enter a state to turn it off. Then you have your state to turn it on, simple, super pause, variable turning on, and background PAL effects to negative. And then your off state, variable off, backgrounds back to regular. And then you have your codes. You have your power draining code when the variable is on. You have your unguardable when the variable is on. And you have your pause move time, which when the variable is on, it will stop everything and allow you to move. Your move time cannot exceed your time. I think it crashes if you do that. So they have to be the same value, or move time has to be less. But in this case, you just put a bunch of 9s and it works fine. And that's it for the Dio time stop. This one's not that tricky or anything, and it's pretty simple for the most part. So, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. And, keep the questions coming. This is fun when I get to actually do it. I really enjoy it. It's great. And I hope you all saw my post about the crazy idea that I have. I'm really curious of all the craziness that people would come up with. Well, thank you all for watching. Also, this video editing is kind of shitty. It's because my normal video editing software, HitFilm, apparently I found out that it's discontinued because a company bought out the company, FX Home, and discontinued all their software, which includes HitFilm, which was free, which I love using. So now I'm trying this new software called Kden Live, and I have not used it yet at all. So this video is the first one made in this application, and this is also free. It's open source. So If the video looks great, this application is good. If it looks kind of shitty and very bare minimum, I have to learn this application. That's all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.